Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. So today I'll be doing a Sims 4 University things I like and don't like about the expansion pack. Now, for me today, this will probably be yesterday for you guys. I saw the Sims 4 gameplay live stream of Sims 4 University, and I thought I would make a video on the things I like and don't like about what I saw. And I figured we can make this a series of every expansion pack or game pack or whatever that comes out. So before I really get into the video, I just want to preface these are my opinions, and I'm a very blunt person, so I'll be saying what I feel and I won't hide it. And if you're one of those people who loves The Sims 4 and hates it when anyone speaks anything negative about the game, don't watch this video, because I will be speaking some negative things. Another thing I want to note before I start this is, while the list of things I like may be longer and have more things than the things that I don't like, the things I put down that I like are like very specific objects for a few of them, and the things I don't like are more like like just the university itself or stuff like that that's a bit bigger and it's not a specific object. So I just wanted to preference that before we really get into the video. And with that being said, let's get into the things I like. So of course the things I like is the first thing I'm going to talk about because there's more of those. The first thing is create a sim because I'll never put create a sim as something I don't like because in general it's just everybody has their own style about different things, you know? Like Machino. I don't really like much of the stuff from Machino Pack, but there might be one or two things that I do like. And so, same thing with University. But there was a lot of things, a lot of creative style outfits that I did like with this one. I think my favorite like hair was the pigtails. I really like that. I don't know why, I just really love it. And the pastel like sweater crop top, I really like that one as well. So yeah, those created something I really like, and I like most of the styles. I just didn't like those like boots. I don't like them. Next up would be the world. The world, I like the world. I don't really have any hatred towards the world. It's a pretty world. Yeah, one thing that has me just the tiniest bit concerned, but not even really, is I remember they said it's going to rain a lot in this world, and they also said a lot of the activities in this world are outside. And I was like, well, if it's outside and it's always raining, why would I have my Sims doing all these activities in the rain? It's just something that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, so I don't know why. It just doesn't make sense to me, and I don't really like that. But other than that, I like the world. It's pretty. Up next on the list is the enrollment. Now I'm sure you're thinking, why do you like the enrollment? Well, I think it's different than any other Sims game because I did play Sims 2 University and Sims 3 University about a week or so ago just to try and get my memory about, because I never played Sims 2 University before, so I wanted to see why people like it so much. And for me, I didn't personally like Sims 2 University. I prefer Sims 3 vastly, but I didn't mind it. And I really like the enrollment style of The Sims 4 and how they're doing it versus The Sims 3. Because The Sims 3, you just take an aptitude test and then like you were in. It didn't really matter. But with this one, I like the difference because of just how much more steps there are. I don't know why, but I just love more steps to things. I'm weird. um, I also like the scholarship system. That's another big thing about it that I like. The scholarships, I don't know if we had scholarships in The Sims 2. I don't believe we did, but I could definitely be wrong. Or it did, but I could definitely be wrong. So don't quote me on that. But I know we didn't have them in Sims 3. It was probably skill based, but I don't know what the proper word for that is. Maybe it was a scholarship. I don't know. Don't quote me on this, alright? It's late at night, so if I sound out of it, it's late. But I like how they have scholarships based off if you're like poor and based on skills, of course. I saw one that was based on area. I was a bit intrigued by that. I was like, oh, you get scholarships just based off where you live and not like your wealth. I found that very interesting, but it's a sin, so what can I say? Um, Next up is Shower Woohoo. I'm really excited that it's back. I think it was like my favorite form of woohoo in The Sims 3, so I'm really happy to see it back. Um, Up next is Bites. I'm really excited to have Bites back. I like that you can have them in any world. I know that was a really big concern for a lot of people, so I'm glad to see that you can use it in any world. And they look nice. I'm sure there's other color varieties that I just didn't see, and I'll probably CC that'll make it even prettier. And I'll come back to bites later on and things I don't like, because there is something that may or not be in the game about bites that probably will upset me here. So we'll come back to that a bit later. Next up is toilet stalls. Happy they're back. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm just really happy that they're back. And I love the prank that you can do with them. I think it's pretty cool. Um, Up next is keg slash ping pong table. I put those two together because they both involve getting juiced, and they said that kids can play with the ping pong table, so I'm really happy about that. So yeah, I think they could play with the ping pong table in The Sims 3, but I could be wrong. But another thing that reminds me of that I almost forgot to say is I really hope teens can play with a keg and like get juiced and play like juice pong. I know they didn't do that in The Sims 3, but it'd be really nice if they did it in The Sims 4 and they would have to like sneak around and do it and make sure the parents weren't home and all that stuff. And then with Kawaii Stacy's like teen house party mod, um it'd be really fun to have that there so your Sims can get juiced while at a teen party. So I really hope that teens can use it. I don't remember they said anything about that, but they totally could have and I just missed it because let's be real, that live stream was pretty boring. But yeah. Next up is debate. I'm really excited for debate. It's something new. I don't think it's ever been in any Sims game before that I'm aware of. And I'm just really excited to see debate. And as someone who's as talkative as me, debate sounds like the most fun thing ever. um, Up next on my list of things I like is the mini fridge. I'm excited to have the mini fridge back, and I'm excited to have some new food items such as pizza rolls, instant noodles, and breakfast burritos, and to have chicken nuggets for all ages. Who doesn't love chicken nuggets? Next up is roommates. I'm really excited to have roommates. I can't recall if they said this or not, but I think they did as to where your Sims can have roommates even if they don't live on university. I think it could be for anywhere. I could be wrong, but I think they said they could. I don't know. Like I said, that stream was boring and I was zoned out for maybe about half of it and I didn't want to rewatch it. But I think they can. Next up is loans. I should have put this with enrollment, but I didn't. I don't know why. It's late. Sorry. I'm really excited to have loans. It's a new form of payment, and it'll be pretty fun to do and try and get your Sims to pay their loans on time. So I'm really excited for that. And that also brings me to the Repo Man. Not that I'm excited to have a Repo Man, but I'm glad that they brought back that NPC from The Sims 3. Now if they could just bring back burglars, police, and firefighters, that'd be awesome. Because I hate it when my Sims house catches on fire and they have to be the ones to put it out. There should be a firefighter who comes in and saves the day, and I'm really upset that there isn't. So hopefully this means we're going to bring in firefighters at some point in time. Next up is soccer. Obviously they made a kind of a big emphasis on soccer and that your Sims will play soccer. I was really excited about this, but I'm also the tiniest bit disappointed that there's no net. Or maybe there is and I just don't see it. But I wish there was a net. If they can have a basketball court, they should be able to have a soccer net. But I'm excited that your Sims can at least kick a ball around, like hacky sack. So it's something new. Up next is classes. I'm really excited to have classes. I'm sure you're thinking, but the rabbit holes. No, not about that. Once again, this should have been put in enrollment, but I didn't put in enrollment. It's that your Sims can choose if to have 4 classes a term or 3 classes and an elective. Now that is something new that I'm really excited about. Because to me, it almost sounds like it's like a minor. Like your Sims can have a major in this thing, but they can also have a minor in whatever this fun class is that they want. So that's something I'm really excited about, and it's something new that they haven't done before, so I'm just really excited for it. Next up on my list is careers. A lot of people seem to be upset about the careers because they weren't go to work careers, but we've only really gotten that with get to work and get famous. So I don't know why people are so upset about that because your Sims can work from home. So I'm happy because at least it's not a rabbit hole. Yes, your Sims will have it will be a rabbit hole if you choose, but you can also choose to have them stay home. So I'm excited about that for like the career or the not career, the lawyer, architect or engineer, I mean, and teacher. Like I said, it's late. Give me a break. So I'm really excited about that. I also saw in the live stream for a brief second there that there were two other careers as a soccer player and an esports player. Um, I don't know. I don't recall. I can't remember. She said they were also work from home careers or not. I could be wrong. I could be right. I don't know. So I'm not gonna say anything on those two careers, but I'm excited to see those careers there. So it's a few other than three. So that's like what, 5 new careers. So I'm kind of excited for that. Um, Next up on my list is live at home. You can have your Sims stay at their current home and go to university, which is really cool for me. And then you could have like 2 Sims at home go to 2 separate universities. So that's also something really cool. And because I was a little bit worried about that for like my Let's Play that I'm working on for university. Check that out. Probably the day university comes out. I don't know. I don't know what day I'm getting paid. But whenever I get paid, I'm definitely going to buy university and start up my Let's Play. So keep an eye out for that. And that also kind of leads me into my last point here about how your Sims can get pregnant while at university. So you can have your Sims stay home and go to university and be a mom while, trying to get her career. Say she was a teen parent and now she wants to get a career and she's going to go to college and still have a kid. And they also said you can have your Sims get pregnant while at university or like in a dorm room. They just have to move out. That is something that I think I was the most excited for. I get excited for the smallest things. When Seasons came out and they said there was a thermostat, I think I was the happiest to see a thermostat in the game. I didn't even care about the calendar. I was like, just give me the thermostat. So, I'm excited that Sims can get pregnant while at university and all that stuff, and can go to university whilst having a kid. So that's something really cool. Now that is it for things I like. I'm sure there are some things that I missed. I know there is, but these are the things that I think I like the most that I did see. And then up next is things I don't like. First up on things I don't like, robots. Now I'm sure you're thinking, why? They look so cool. You can have a robot live in your family. Yeah, sure, that's cool. Maybe it's just me personally. I'm not into that type of stuff. But to me, it seems like they put way too much effort into it. And that's my biggest issue, is they put such an emphasis on robots. You see it all the time in the trailers. And even during the live stream, they spent so much time on robots. And they didn't even spend that much time on debate. I don't think they even really talked about the debate part in the live stream. But they talked so much about robots. And I felt like had they just taken a little bit away from robots, they could have actually made a really good pack. But they put so much emphasis on it, I just really hate that personally. And maybe it's just me, but once again, it's just my opinion, and it's how I feel about things. But up next is how you can't enter buy mode, or build buy mode. And while you can, but you have to enter in a cheat. To me, I know they're trying to be realistic at times, but it's like, you're trying to be realistic in the worst areas to be realistic at. It's like, I just really hate that. Like, I know people are like, oh, well, it's just a cheat you can enter in. Yes, it's just a cheat, but why do we have to put in a cheat to go into build buy mode to just decorate our Sims dorm rooms? It doesn't make sense to me. I know they tried to say, oh, because you wouldn't change the wallpaper if you were in a university. Yes, of course, but maybe you could. I saw a comment where they said they could have just made it where it's just buy mode and not build mode. I feel like they probably could do that. Maybe they can't because of coding. I don't know, but just is so stupid to me that they would even do that. And I just hate it so much. I'm sure they can take it away. They definitely can, and I hope they will. Because it's just the dumbest thing in my mind, and there was no point to be realistic in that aspect. So, yeah, that's just, I think probably one of the biggest things I honestly hate about this pact is that alone. Next up is kids can't ride bikes. Now, they didn't say that they can or can't, or maybe I missed it in a live stream somewhere, but I don't know. I never heard them say anything, and to me it sounds like they can't, basically, because they haven't said anything about it at all, and it's just really upsetting that they so obviously didn't, because like they haven't said anything or done anything to signify kids can ride bikes. So the fact that they can't, so it just seems like they aren't, like they're just not saying anything because they know we're going to be really upset at them, so they're just waiting. Part of me hopes it'll be part of the free update and they'll be like, oh look, your kids can ride bikes. I don't know. It's just very upsetting because I feel like they're probably going to make it to where they can't. And it's once again, it's just too late, you guys. I'm sorry, I'm out of it. But yeah, I'm just very upset because I pretty much know that they're not able to ride bikes unless they're really just not telling us for some weird reason. But it is just very if it is that, then it's upsetting. If they can ride bikes, amazing. Why didn't you say that in the first place? I don't know. I just hate that. And that also leads me to my next point of view, or my next thing I don't like, is kids and toddlers being left out. Sure, it's a university pack. I don't know if there's a t-shirt or a onesie they can wear, but I think also just in general, they tend to always do this. They always leave kids and toddlers out unless it's a specific pack about them. And that's just something that I really do hate about The Sims 4, is how often they leave the kids and toddlers out, and teenagers are pretty much adults anyways. They just can't really woohoo without a mod. So that's just something that I hate in general, that it's so obvious that they've done here again. I would probably get it for this pack, but if there's not at least a t-shirt they can wear that has the school mascot on it, then that's like that will really tick me off if they don't do that at least, because then it really does seem like they're doing nothing for the kids in any game or any pack. But other than that, let's go to our next thing that I don't like about this pack is sports. I saw in the live stream that you can have your sim join a sport, aka it's a rabbit hole where they go and they play a quick game, and it's exactly like it was in The Sims 3. It's literally like the exact same thing, I swear, and I honestly really hate that. I feel like they could have. I think you can do soccer. I don't know. I think I saw something about. I think it was just a soccer game I saw, but the fact that they couldn't make a natural sports team, I just hate it so much when they do that. I really do, because they did the exact same thing in The Sims 3. So that just really disappoints me. The next thing on my list is traits. That there's none. There's one new aspiration. And why the Sims team can't put in traits is, I just don't get it anymore. Like, it's the one thing that people continuously ask for, and they know there's no traits half the time. I feel like if I ever wanted a bunch of traits like The Sims 3, I'd have to get custom content, and I don't want custom content traits, honestly. I don't know what it is. I'm done for mods and CC for most things, but traits is something that I generally don't want to use for like CC anyways, and the fact that it looks like I'll have to because they put in literally no traits, it just doesn't make any sense to me why they can't put in traits, because the Sims are so lifeless, and I just don't get it. Like, Sims team, if you're watching this, just give us some traits. Give us a free update of purely just traits. I swear, everybody will be so happy if you could do that one little thing. But other than that, let's go off to my next and final thing that I don't like. Rabbit holes. The fact that they cannot put in a single class, like a lecture like The Sims 3 that you could go to, is the dumbest, most stupidest thing they could ever do. And I generally don't get why they couldn't put some form of a classroom, at least one, to go to, or like an after school like class session thing like they did in The Sims 3. Generally, like with The Sims 3, like your Sims could attend a lecture or an outdoor class activity. They couldn't even do an outdoor class activity. That's what also really drives me crazy, because I didn't think about that till now, but they really couldn't even do that. And there's just a lot of laziness in The Sims 4, and you can see it. It's so blatantly lazy, and it's unbelievable, because they said they doubled their team since, like, what, Sims 2 or Sims 3. I think SimGuru Grant said they doubled their team, and yet they can manage to double their team, but make it twice as worse. It's truly unbelievable how they're able to do that, because they couldn't put in a single rabbit hole. I saw a comment somewhere, I don't remember where, from the live stream, and they said it's basically Get Together point 2, and it really is, because all that's really new building wise is a commune area and a library, and that's it. And some like after school activities you can join. It's literally Get Together part 2. Like literally, it's unbelievable. And I really do hate The Sims 4 for that, and that almost alone, because there's just, once again, there's no reason why it should be this bad. And I hope the Sims team is watching this so they can see and understand that this is like a crazy level of unacceptable. It really is. And I won't be surprised if there's a missing door on one of the houses. And there's only like, I think, what, 2 or 3? If there's like a missing door or toilet, because there probably will be, because it's that bad. And it just keeps getting progressively worse. I didn't really think they could get much worse than Island Living, but they did. Because it's just that sad. It really is. And you can never have your hopes high for The Sims 4. That's one thing I've learned, because they'll always get crushed. And I do wish it would be better, but I know it's not, so I'm just going to wait till Paralyzed comes out. Because if they're making a Sims 5, it's gonna be a miracle if they can make it any better, because this is just some poor quality that I've seen. The poorest. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave some comments down below of what you feel. What you like, what you don't like, if you agree with me, if you don't. And yeah, so like, comment, and subscribe, and kisses.